Hey guys, Crystal here from Elite Hair Care USA. So today we did a relaxer on my client who has not had a relaxer since 2015. Currently she is working out 4 days a week. 4 days a week. And when she initially came in, the conversation was, yep, I'm getting a texturizer. I'm getting a texturizer. And we had to have a conversation about texturizing and understanding the difference between the two and what would possibly happen to her hair if she chose to texturize versus just fully relax. So in that case, her curl pattern was somewhat loose already, even though she was fully natural. She also works out 4 days a week. So it's kind of a yin and a yang to it all. I always use the analogy, either you're going to work out and have an amazing body, or you're going to have great hair and a bad body. We all choose one. And I asked her, I said, do you ever notice at the gym, the women that are at the gym, their hair is not up to par. Like, their hair is not beautifully healthy and amazing unless that person is working out once every year and they just came in that day. But for, I call them gym monkeys. For gym monkeys, excessive workout or workaholics, trainers, typically their hair is not in the best shape. So after we talked and consulted about her hair texture, that's when I kind of understood, you know, the concept of where she was going. But texturizers don't work on everyone's hair, and I'll tell you guys why. A texturizer is dependent on where your texture is now. So just because you see this lady on the picture, that her hair is oh so pretty, and she puts on there, oh, I just got a texturizer, and her curl pattern is so luxuriant, it has a jerry curl style look. That doesn't mean that your texturizer is going to come out the same way. That just means that when she started, her curl pattern was slightly tighter, or it might have been, it could have been a different texture in regards to her hair texture, fine, medium, coarse. So everybody's results from a texturizer are going to always be very different. Very, very different. So before I go any further, if you guys are on the live chat, go ahead and hit that thumbs up button. I need everybody to close their chat and hit that thumbs up button for me. I'm going to have you tilt forward just a little bit. Yep. So instead of us doing a texturizer, we conversated, and she said that, you know, she works out a lot. She wants to be able to keep her hair. You want to moderate for me? You can read the comments that only apply to what I'm doing. Okay. Yeah. She works out a lot. She rather her hair stay straight. Am I right? Yes. She rather it be straight. And she wants something that she can manage when she's working out. Well, am I going to say everybody get a relaxer? No. But in her case, based on what she described, relaxer is going to be the best answer for her, because texturizing is eventually she's going to come back and say, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and relax it because the texturizer really did nothing but make her hair even straighter. And now she has to come back and correct it later on. So instead of me giving her bad advice as a stylist, I could have easily said, yeah, girl, go ahead. You know, let's do this, let's do that, knowing that she's going to come back and spend another $1,800. Let's be honest and just tell the truth from the beginning and make life easier for her so I don't have to do multiple chemical processes on her head. That's number one. And number two, so that I know I'm setting her up for success going forward. Not everyone is cut out to be natural. Not everyone is cut out to be relaxed. Some people, relaxed works better than natural. Some people, natural works better than relaxed. It's a yin and a yang, and it really is just dependent on your needs and what's going on in your life at that time. So had her hair been super shrinky, had she been a 4C and that coil was very, very tight, it was like you could barely see the curl in it because it was so tight it almost looked like a zigzag. At that point, I would have said, yeah, let's do a texturizer because it's going to loosen the curl pattern and it's going to make her hair more manageable from where she is. But her hair texture was already kind of like a loose wave with a little bit of curl here and there. So I already knew that she was not going to be a good candidate for a texturizer because it was going to bring her straight anyway. And in some areas, she might have to do what we call a restorative or corrective relaxer later on to fix that problem. So we went ahead and just went full force. relaxed her. She still kept a lot of density in her hair, which is great. Her hair texture, she's like a fine / medium. So of course the cuticle is going to lay a lot straight or flatter than those who are coarse. But she still has good density in her hair. So that's a good thing on her behalf, because she didn't lose all of her density, which is typically what people who are natural is afraid of. They don't want to lose the density. They want all that volume. They want their hair to seem extremely dense, because in our minds, density equals healthy, when really that means almost nothing. Just so you know. So fine textured hair can be extremely healthy. Fine textured hair can be extremely thin looking, but it still be super duper healthy, and you not know the difference, because we have the illusion that density equals healthy hair, when it does not equal healthy hair. Density equals texture. Density is dependent on the texture of your hair. So like for me, I have fine textured hair, but my hair is very healthy. Same with her. She has fine textured hair. She has no breakage except for on the hairline, which we already know where that comes from, protective styling and all of that stuff, right? But everywhere else, she doesn't have any breakage. Her hair is actually very healthy. So that's another reason why I wanted to do this video, to kind of explain it to you guys, so you had an understanding of texturizing versus relaxing. And you sometimes need to do your research before you make that decision, because eventually you're just going to cost yourself double the money to fix something that you could have done from the beginning. Any questions on there? No? Good. All right, so I'm kind of just going through and just silking her out, because she does, like I said, still have some texture in her hair. That's normal, especially with a virgin relaxer of a client who has never relaxed their hair or hasn't relaxed their hair in 7 years. Relaxer is something that you build on. While we want it to be dead straight, relaxers should have a S pattern. The hair should have texture. It should not be bone straight to the point where it's almost melted to your head. That is not a proper relaxer. That is somewhat near over processing, if you want to talk about it. So I'm using the Anniversary H2 Pro Titanium Iron. If you guys notice, I am doing 1 to 1.5 inch sections, mainly because I'm silking her out, and then I'm going to trim her, and then we'll use the ceramic 1-inch micro to curl her. I haven't put any product on her hair at all outside of the relaxer and the conditioner. Once I'm done with this part, I'll use a little bit of goddess polish, because I want her hair to stay nice and light. I don't want it to be heavy. It will get heavy all on its own from her natural oils when she wraps her hair at night. Now, because she's working out 4 days a week, we also talked about her co-washing at least one time in between her wash days. So her wash day is every 10 to 14 days. So within that 10 to 14 day time frame, she will need to rinse out a lot of that salt that her body is detoxing and pushing out, which is really just toxins that pushes out into the hair, just to keep her hair from drying out from her working out. That's kind of an easy way to combat that dryness. Is it going to be 100% the fix? No, because guess what? She's perspiring every single day, and every single day she has to do something to her body. Every single day she has to do something to her hair. But she can still aid the process so that her hair is not super dehydrated from her working out.
You have a question.
Sure.
Is a texturizer different from a relaxer?
Yes. So a texture, okay. So if you think natural versus relaxed hair, there's natural hair. In between, there's texturized hair, and then there's relaxed hair. So a texturizer is kind of like a looser curl pattern. You're about halfway to being fully relaxed. That is the difference. Now, depending on who the stylist is and if they have knowledge of what they're doing, you can go in for a texturizer and walk out with a relaxer, not even knowing that you've been fully relaxed, because that stylist was very slow in her application. She probably didn't know that she needed to have speed. She stayed in one area for too long. Like, texturizers should be done in less than 5 minutes. Like, that's how fast a texturizer has to be. Or you can easily go straight in areas where you wanted it to not be so straight. All right, so we're almost done. With the silk process. chin now. And I want you guys to just take note how shiny her hair is, and we don't have any product on her hair. There's no frizz tamer, there's no goddess polish yet, there's nothing. How does it feel?
It feels so good. It's like
Goodie.
how will she keep this up?
Wrap her hair at night. The good thing is when you're relaxed, you don't have to worry about reversion. There's no reversion. There's nothing. She can perspire all she wants, and this hair gonna stay straight. She might get a little bit of texture in there, and that's very minimal, but her hair will stay straight. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and give her a trim. All right, I'm gonna have you tilt your head forward for me. I'm going to start my guide.
Okay. So hairdressers in Roanoke, Virginia believe that super relaxers should be used on all types of hair because everyone has a difficult section in their hair. Is this true?
No, I don't even have super relaxers in here. I use, actually, you know the craziest part? I used a mild relaxer to relax her hair. And she was natural as can be, right? It was nice and natural, y'all. And I did a mild strength relaxer and relaxed her within a couple minutes, just like I normally would, nothing different. And her hair is bone straight. So it really just depends on, number one, the system that you use. Number two, your skill level, your speed, understanding how relaxers process. But you won't ever catch me with a super relaxer. I don't even look at those. And they have super strength, but I don't. Go ahead.
Does her having a natural shine relate to her having healthy hair?
You can make anything have natural shine. Natural shine I can put a semi-permanent black on her hair and it gives her a beautiful shine. And in your mind, oh my gosh, her hair is so healthy. No, health of hair is not dependent on just luster. It's how the hair feels, the elasticity in the hair. It's so many different factors. Let me just say it that way. But shine in hair can be artificial. I can make anybody's hair shine. That's another reason why we have the shine treatment. For those of you that want that luster or that luminous look in your hair, that's why we have the shine treatment. So that you can add that shine to your hair. That's just an addition. All right, so what is going to be her trim schedule from here on? What will be her trim schedule now that she is relaxed? What are they saying?
No answers.
Give them a second.
Every 6 to 10 weeks, every 6 weeks.
There's another way of me saying it, you guys. I don't just say weeks. Because with relaxer, it doesn't necessarily
4 to 6
equal weeks.
Every
It's
relaxer.
thank you. Every retouch relaxer, if done on the right schedule. Let me say that right. Because if your stylist, and I say this all the time, is a stylist that your relaxer is dependent on her rent or her mortgage, then you're not on schedule, baby. You're just getting it when she needs that check, okay? No. It's with every retouch relaxer that is on schedule, usually anywhere between 6 and 10 weeks. Some people go 12.
Quarterly.
No, trims are not quarterly with relaxed hair. We don't follow the quarters on relaxed hair. Natural hair, you can follow the quarters.
Ooh, good to know.
Alright, so her trim is done. We're going to go ahead and use the H2 Pro Micro 1-inch titanium to style her. And I'm going to show you guys how you can give the hair the illusion of even more density. Which I show you guys this all the time, but I'm going to show you again. Alright, so we're going to take a little bit of Goddess Polish. Tilt forward for me. We're going to mist it on. See where my hand is? My hand is not here. Okay? We are not brushing our teeth with toothpaste. We are spraying a mist. So we're going to be back here. That's it. You don't need to be in contact with each strand. Okay? I got to say this every time. Never fails. And then I'm going to use a little bit of hairspray. Okay? I'm going to have you pass me a clip as soon as I say clip. Okay?
These, right?
Yeah, any one of those little ones. All right. There's a question?
No, not yet.
Okay. So I'm going to show you guys how you can give the illusion of density on fine textured hair. I show you guys this all the time. So we're going to take a nice wide section. Okay, this section is about 2 inches maybe, or 1.5 inches. I'm using the H2 Pro 1-inch ceramic. If you guys notice, I did not go near the root because I don't need to. Let me get one of your clips. So you guys see me doing this pin curl here? I'm ready. And we're going to pin it on base. Okay, so on base means it's sitting on the base. There's half on base, half off base. And okay, we're going to go back to beauty school with that one. When I was in school, I did not understand that whole concept. It wasn't until I got out of school when I said, that's what that means? Okie doke.
How do I treat scalp burns from relaxers?
You don't treat it. You just leave it alone. Let it run its course. You can use a little bit of antiseptic during the relaxer if it really was that burnt, but it might sting a little bit, but the antiseptic keeps it from scabbing. But to be quite honest, relaxer scabs are self-healing. They heal within a matter of days. You don't have to put anything on it. You don't touch it. You don't scratch it. You just let it heal itself. They're not like third-degree burns. It's a little bit different with relaxer burn. But relaxer burn, when that burn gets that bad, if it's super bad, that hair will burn off before you even can get to third degree. Okay, so you guys see what I did?
Ooh. my comment?
You can also do this at home if you're trying to preserve your curls. You can pin curl your hair at night. You just pin curl it and make it flat, not out like this. Of course I dropped it. So this section here, I'm gonna do one big piece. You can split it in two, but you don't necessarily have to. It just depends if you want it like super curly, then you'll do smaller sections. In her case, I'm just doing it for the body. That's all.
Can plastic curlers give the same effect at night? She says she's a rough sleeper, so.
Yeah, I don't like curlers at all, actually, but it's to each his own. But it might give you that line in your hair, and it's gonna be hard to get it out. All right, so we're gonna give a second for this piece here to cool. I sprayed a little bit of Goddess polish on her. In the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and take out the bottom pieces. Start where you started. Those are the first ones you take out. I'll get one to go something done. Alright, so I'm going to use this comb. I'm going to pull you guys back a little bit. Chin down for me. That's what you want. The easiest way to get density without even having any, because she's fine textured. How was it?
Love it. This is exactly what I wanted. I would have regretted it if I took that away.
Oh, you would have. You'd be right back. Like, can we just go ahead and relax it? I remember we spoke about that last time. That's usually the answer that we get. They said beautiful. So that's how you typically want your client to leave, with the density and the volume, so that when she wraps her hair, that she's not losing it on the first wrap. You said you're beautiful. Alright, we'll use a little bit of, I use a little bit of the charcoal edge tamer, just a very small amount. When I say small amount, that much. And all we're going to use that for is her hairline. You let them all in your business. Hold on. Here we go. So we're going to use that with an edge brush. Okay. So we have our edge tamer. If you guys notice, I did not go into this area. I'm only putting it at the edge. That's how edge tamer is supposed to go. You take your edge brush and you smooth it out. As you smooth it, it's going to distribute itself anyway into the rest of the hairline. Not plaster it on, because the closer you get, the farther back it's going to go. Just like that. Does that make sense? I hope so. Cool? Thank you guys. They said beautiful, 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 beautiful. All kind of beautifuls. You got like 900 beautifuls. There you go. They say you look fabulous.
Thank you.
Alright, so we're going to spray a small amount of Sebastian Shaper. This is not going to make the hair hard. It's just going to allow her hair to stay. We live in Florida. It's not a normal place.
Not at all.
Okay? And then you can take a little bit of goddess polish just to give her that oomph. Finish it off, and she is all done. You're welcome. Thank you, guys. Stunning. Yay, thank you. All right, you guys. So we are going to go ahead and let her get checked out. I'll come back on live a little bit later today, but I'll see everybody else later. Don't forget, all the products that I used are available at EliteHairCareUSA.com.